Hey guys, it's JJBA here. I'm here about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, usually JoJo's Bizarre Adventure usually think of fate and destiny, and usually when you think of those things, you usually get Jotaro versus Dio. Jotaro finally be able to end that curse that was plaguing the Joestar family for a long while. The vampires, the demons, Dio, who basically been with them since the very beginning, basically. But as for me, what is a good ending without the good beginning? And that was where my man Jonathan comes in. Jonathan, I think, is a great character. I don't think he's at all the worst JoJo character. For me, I would say Joke, because Joke didn't really get that final blow on Kira. It was Jotaro who got the final kill. With Jonathan, we actually get to see his progression, his development. Joke, he was just sitting there, really. I mean, especially because Jonathan got a lot of progression in just the first part, so you gotta give a commendation for that. This is the man who was an immature brat who wants to stand up for himself, but he really couldn't. But then Dio, despite Dio trying to make a fool of him, Dio actually indirectly helped Jonathan mature and develop by getting him to actually man up and fight for him. He was like, nah, cut this out. Been planning for so long just to take this one guy out. Like, Jonathan was such a big problem for him that he actually got to sneak around like the coward he is. Just like how he was versus the fight against Jotaro. It's the same thing here. Because, I mean, when you really think about it, Jonathan, he really is alpha energy. When you have to force Dio to actually transform. However, though, since Jonathan obviously couldn't beat Dio naturally immortality, he had to resort to his man Zeppeli and actually learn the Hamon the old-fashioned way. Because here's the thing, Hamon is so old-fashioned, but it is a great scene for what it is. Like the overdrive, sunset overdrive, all that stuff. That was amazing to me. But after part 3, we don't see any of that, obviously. But I personally think Hamon is a tool they should have kept in their pocket. Because with Dan, you can't really develop that much with Dan unless you get an arrow, but that's not really much development. That's just a cheat code more than anything. You could just boom, dab yourself with the arrow and boom, you're done. With Hamon, you actually need practice and time, and that's what Jonathan did. He actually learned from his mistakes. He actually learned from definitely dying. He learned from his mentor. Because you really could say Jonathan is the most hard-working Joestar, because Joseph, he was naturally gifted with Hamon, and the other, they had Dan from the get-go. I mean, it was just natural for them, but Jonathan actually had to work for his stuff. He wasn't playing any games after he got his Hamon ready to go. He was suit up to fight Dio. Because, I mean, at the time, I thought, because I was just watching this for the first time, I thought, like, he actually lived to fight. He was going to win. It's a shonen trope. But he actually died, sacrificed himself for the arena, for the baby, all that stuff. But the thing is, though, if you really think about it, though, Jonathan didn't really have that much experience. So who knows how much experience he would have had if he kept on training, he kept on learning Hamon. Because let's say he was training with Zeppeli, for 1 year. That's lowballing it. Let's say that happened, right? So he was able to go from a normal human level to being able to being above Dio level in less than a year. So when you factor years of training along with knowing what you're doing, applying that knowledge to further increase your power, he really could have been a really overpowered beast. So you can't really underrate him for the power he showed. You could, because he had a lot of potential that he could grow. It was just that potential was just shot down when he just died very early and very premature. But wait a minute, I guess, but he doesn't have a stand. Well, see, you see here, the only reason the other Joestar have a stand, obviously, because of Jonathan, of a deal. If there was no Jonathan being dead, there would be no stands for any other Joestars. So what we really have here is a domino effect. So if Jonathan managed to live that fight, none of the other Joestars would be able to get their stand. So either way, Jonathan would still be the strongest because Jotaro wouldn't have a stand. All the rest of them would be regular level, unless by some miracle, by part 3, Jotaro actually learned Hamon, since a stand user wasn't a thing for him personally. But which would be a cool concept. I would like to see an alternate version where that happens, where Jotaro actually learns Hamon and actually applies it to his personality. And even after that, part 7, part 8, again, Giorno would be Thanos, since Dio's gone. There's no Dio DNA inside of him. So what DNA can you have where there's literally nothing to create from? Everything has to start from something. And let's say out of the slim chance of Jolene being conceived, because it's not really that possible, considering that Jotaro in the first place is traveling to places to research the arrows and the leftovers of Dio's army, where they are, if they're still remaining, that is. But at one point, why even if he did have Hamon, why would he want to do that? He would get himself killed. Despite how strong Hamon is, he is not clapping Diavolo. Like, you would have to be on some god tier. You had to be like on Pussy's level of strength. Because Hamon can only give you so far. First of all, you need to be close to actually hit your target. And if you just literally erase time and do all that stuff, then you can't even hit what you can't even see. Therefore, I think Jolene would cease to exist. But alright, let's throw out a small what if. Let's say Jonathan wanted to be suicidal and stab himself with the arrow, and he realizes the arrow actually gave him a stand. Would then create all the current universe we all know, except there's no Dio or no Pussy. So what we have here is Jotaro with Star Platinum and Hamon. So when you can increase your stance power with Hamon, I mean, Star Platinum already a powerhouse to begin with. He's like a S or A in strength. So imagine applying Hamon to his fist. Like, he would be beyond to his fist. Like, he would be beyond Dio level at that point. Without the time stop, I promise you, he would not need a time stop if he had Hamon and Star Platinum together. But unfortunately, even if Johnson were to have that potential unleashed, it would still be futile, because part 6, well, really part 5 to the current part we're at now, part 8, they would cease to exist. I guess you could say part 4 also, because why would Joseph need to go to Japan if his daughter's his daughter's life is in danger? There would be no need for that. But I'll just mark that as a gray area, because Joseph's always been wacky and stupid and known to do really funny stuff. So he could do whatever he wants, really, and we will all eat it up inside. Who knows? Maybe he got tired of Arena and got to go to Japan to have a one-night stand. Boom, there you go. I mean, it happened in the actual show, so why couldn't it not happen in the alternate universe? I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, cheating is in every universe at this point. I mean, who can deny Joseph that great love that we all know love, along with the God himself, B-Wagon? But back on point, though. Jonathan's death was a necessity. He needed to die, because if he did not die, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, in my opinion, would frankly be boring. Because since Dio dead, Dio is the driving plot of the whole series. Because if there's no new universe, no alter universe, there's no Funny Valentine. And the thing with Funny Valentine, he could go in multiple universes and grab different different pairs of himself. But if Jonathan did live, what I think would be cool, if Valentine pulled out different versions of the Joestar family, like uh, Johnny Joestar, the different version of Jonathan. Like they really could do that. It could be like a DC universe kind of thing where they're tapping into the Speed Force. And they had to go. They're pulling out people from the same from different Earths, but they're basically the same person. Like, hey, I'm giving y'all ideas here. Like that would be a great thing to do. I mean, despite part 9 be the last part, I would love to see how it all concludes because I feel like the way part 4 ever, that would honestly suck, and that why I don't like it. I don't like the way part 4 ended. So I just want to see my man actually grow old and die the way they're supposed to die, not just Thanos quickly like that. But to the main point though, give your boy Jonathan some love. It's just that he had potential. He just was because of story reason. He just could not be able to show it at all because there would be nothing else. But besides that though, I'm done for the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want my content. And as always, I'll see you later.